don't know who might be looking at this. I'm hoping that it'll be some of you who helped create the Nuffield Youth Theatre, who caused it to come about or who accepted the challenge to develop it. But there may be those of you who are interested in the history and where it all came from, because it certainly didn't happen overnight. Christmas show teams were really the start of it all. My first was Jungle Book in 1993-94, when we recruited some really local children, as well as some from the wider world of the city and nearby county. And during my time at the Nuffield, there were 16 of these Christmas shows, putting family bums on seats, of course, but more importantly, engaging young people with the local theatre, and people like the mighty Julie Biscoe, the resourceful Ali Fielden, and many, many other wonderful theatre professionals. I loved it. Lots of NYT members began their Nuffield connection in one of those teams. The founding members had all taken part in those Christmas family classics, not pantos, usually adapted by Patrick Sandwood with participation in mind. 30 children trod the boards each year and couldn't wait for the next show to come round, learning skills, making friends, coming to love theatre more or less by osmosis. And Patrick also regularly directed main house shows that required a community chorus which included children or young people, and they usually came from those Christmas teams too. And then in 1999, HYT came to the Nuffield, led by Daniel Buckroyd. Animal Farm was the first, and after 3 years of assisting, I succeeded him as director with Zigga Zagga at St Mary's Stadium. That year we almost doubled the number of participants with a junior company as well. There were 60 young people on stage at one point, with more involved backstage. So the double company continued for 2 more years in separate productions, but it became too unwieldy and too expensive, so we returned to a single senior company. But by this time there was plenty of opportunity for younger people to get involved with projects and productions at the Nuffield. So Christmas show children didn't have to wait 10 months to get back to the theatre. When Russ Tunney took over from Daniel, he enabled the youth theatre to become a joined-up organisation with drama clubs, workshops, projects and productions throughout the year. The National Theatre Connections Festival became a regular part of the youth theatre's experience, and there were site-specific pieces at the Southampton Park's Titanic Memorials, at Buckler's Hard and in the old law courts of Southampton. We were hugely fortunate to have actively supportive people in positions of power for so long, supporting those of us for whom youth theatre was a passion and involving young people in so many aspects of the Nuffield's life. And I was enormously privileged to be part of the story.
Hi everybody, it's Tim here. I was with the Nuffield Youth Theatre and Hampshire Youth Theatre from 2010 for 3 years, and I just had the most incredible time, and I wanted to reach out and say a big hi to everybody. I hope you're all well and I hope you're keeping safe. The Nuffield Youth Theatre for me was, as an artist, the most incredible place to be. I could be bold and brave, and we did some really fantastic work there with some incredible young people. I'll never forget some of the shows that we worked on. So Red Shoes and working in the studio theatre, the art of course, dining, and of course Antigone. And I remember when we set up the pantos and doing that for the first time, working in the little rehearsal room that we did and then moving into the studio theatre. I had so many happy memories of that little panto that we created. I also have very, very fond memories and being in awe of the time I had as Hampshire Youth Theatre Director. Particularly remember fond memories of the Bacchae and of course the madness that was the Caucasian Chalk Circle, hanging the cars from the grid and having a caravan and broken old vehicles on the stage as well, and Max sitting on the toilet playing his kind of instrument. So I just want to say thank you so much for the wonderful times we had at the Nuffield. Thank you for all those amazing young people that I had the privilege of working with. I was so incredibly sad to hear of the news of the Nuffield closing, but I know it's going to be in a safe and a great place now, looking forward with working with a partnership with the Mayflower, and I wish you all the success and love in the world.
Hello everyone, I'm Max. I was youth theatre director for about 6 years. And I was counting it up just before I did this. I think we did about 25 productions in that time, which is insane. The amount of brilliant work that we created together. From those wonderfully gritty little studio shows of Ghetto, Someone to Blame, Feathers in the Snow, Girls Like That, Consensual, to those big epics of His Dark Materials, Henry IV, The Odyssey, and countless others. Every single one of them was a joy, and I held a special place in my heart. Might not have seemed like I was having a joyful time at the time, but I was, I promise. And that's not even counting all of the amazing little projects that we did alongside of those big things, from performing at Common People with Grace Jones, to all of Rob's wonderfully bizarre pantos, and then all of those productions from my apprentices, from Fraser to Josh to Ruby to Rob to Ollie to Adam to Liv. I started at the Nuffield as an apprentice under Tim, Sharon Lawless, and the legend that is Dame Julie Biscoe. So it was really important for me to provide that platform for you all to become the storytellers in whatever form that was. I always wanted for you all to come away from a project having learnt something about yourself, learned something about the wider world, and having learned something about being a company, and to see you all blossom and grow into brilliant, wise, playful, creative, inventive, caring young people. That was the joy. That was the total joy. And I wouldn't be sat here if it wasn't for all of you trusting me, trusting my, let's be quite honest, really rather unique teaching style, and going for it, and being playful, and being creative. Nuffield Youth Theatre is all of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for those amazing 6 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Liam. I was NST Youth Theatre Director from summer 2018, my first show being Much Ado About Nothing, and if I'm being honest, I was terrified to do that show because I'd seen what NST Youth Theatre members had done previously, and I knew that the standard of the shows were just amazing. But I didn't need to be terrified, because when I started working with the NST Youth Theatre members, I was instantly struck by just how brilliant they were, just how supportive of one another, but also how welcoming they were to me. And ever since that moment, I've been really grateful to have had the opportunity to work there. When administration came in last year, it really hit me quite hard, because I'd only been there for 2 years, and I knew that there was so much more that the members that we worked with and the young people we worked with across the city could do so much more as well. And it was a shame that they were going to lose their building, they were going to lose their organisation, and they were going to lose everything that had been hard worked for by Fran and Tim and Max and everybody else who's been a part of the Youth Theatre family over the years. But With that said, I'm really proud of the resilience that the members have shown since then. I've loved seeing the memories that they've shared about the organisation. I've really enjoyed listening to people tell stories about everything that's happened previously, and I'm really proud to have played a really small part in NST Youth Theatre's history. And as we move forwards, I'm really glad that the Nuffield Collective, which formed out of the NST Young Company, continue to make work. They're a brilliant group of young people, and they will set the standard for the young theatre makers of Southampton and Hampshire for many years to come, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
Hope to see you all soon. Stay safe, and Nuffield Theatre, thank you so very, very much.
I feel like there's only one way that I can sign off, and that is to get my script, throw it on the floor and say, right, do it yourselves, I'll see you on opening night.
So all there is left for me to say is thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to be the Youth Theatre Director. And thank you for continuing to shine a light for young theatre makers in Southampton. And I look forward to seeing what you guys make next. Thanks a lot.
I really hope that a phoenix will arise from the ashes of the last year, and we will once again see youth theatre available locally for the young people of Southampton and Hampshire.